Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Jason Lucchese, and welcome to the YouTube channel. Hey, if this is your first time joining us, awesome. This is a great episode for you to be joining because we've got a special show here. This is live. If you're watching this as a recording, it's still going to be great information that we're going to be sharing with you. I've got Mr. Michael Bretthauer joining me for the second show in a row. This is crazy.
It's exciting. I know what's going on here. Something weird's definitely going on. 2 times in a row.
I know this is pretty skedaddling excitement.
Well, I actually we really had to squeeze this one in too. We were like, hey man, when are you available today? And I'm like, maybe between 3 and 4 for 15-20 minutes.
Yeah, I know, man. We've both got some tight schedules. We're working on some really big things. And one of the things I wanted to address here real quick, let me open up my YouTube and show some folks this information. Because we had some folks wondering, hey, how am I going to get the documents that you keep talking about, Jason? And we explained it in the last video, but I just wanted to make sure from a standpoint you guys understand exactly where that information is. You're not seeing anything quite yet. So if you're wondering, like, well, what are you showing me here? Want to get to the actual screen that I need.
You're breaking up a little bit there.
Okay.
Oh, now you're back.
Okay. So I'm going to show you guys a screen here real quick. So let me do this. And if I start chopping out, just let me know, Mike.
You know it.
All right. So here we are right here. So if you guys can see this, Mike, are you able to see it?
Yeah.
Okay. So this was the last video we did just a couple days ago. And I put all of the documents for you to download. All of the links are right here in the description section. So this is what's called the description section. And all the documents that we've given out over like the past few weeks and months are all right here. I think the only one that's missing is the short sale checklist. If everybody needs a checklist, just let me do it. Breaking up
a little bit.
Okay, let me get through this thing real quick. I want to show some people a quick hack too. So if you're ever in a time crunch and you're wanting to get through videos pretty quickly, come over here to settings, and then come over here to playback speed, and then go to like 1.75 or 2, and then you'll be able to go through the information much faster. It's something I've found to be extremely helpful. How about you, Mike?
I've ever since I started watching at 1.75, that's what I watch all my videos at now.
Yeah, it's something really simple to do, and you don't you could go through like I talk relatively pretty slow, so you could probably still understand exactly what I'm saying word for word, right around that 1.75, right around that 2 speed. But since we're live right now, you can't do that.
Breaking up a little bit. We
could try talking. Just wanted to share some hacks here.
Yeah. What's that? I said you're breaking up a little bit, but we could try talk fast. Have you ever tried talking at the 1.75%? I can't even do it.
I was watching a training the other day. It's the one that you and I are going through. And Gavin came over. He's like, why is that guy talking so fast? And I'm like, and I wanted, I'm sure if he was older, he would probably be thinking like you do, like that guy just, snort a few lines of Coke. Why is he talking so fast?
Yeah, my wife, she's like, oh, that guy's giving me a headache. Because I was listening at the same time, and she walked in and he was going. I'm just sitting there, and I pause it every once in a while. I'll take a quick note and I'll unpause it real quick. But then, he's giving me a headache. I'm like, I don't even hear it anymore. I just listen to him. But yeah, I think today will be today would be a good example of if you watch the replay of this. Right now, if you're watching the replay, go down to that setting thing that we just showed you and click 1.75 so you can get to the points where we start talking about the contract, and then you could pause and take a look and do what you're doing.
Yeah, I also put those same exact links that I showed you underneath this video as well. So because I wanted to give them out twice because we keep getting asked about it. So if you guys have questions about it, they're right below this video as well. So you could download all of those agreements. There's no email required. You don't need to go in some funnel, and then you get like a gazillion emails from us or anything like that. I know there's a couple of YouTubers that love to do that, and that's not what we're doing right here. So one of the things that we're going to be talking about today, and I'll let Mike talk a little bit about it, because this is a document that we use quite a bit, and we want to talk to you guys about filling it out properly.
Yeah.
This is our assignment of contract. So Mike, why don't we walk them through just a little bit? And this contract is actually right below too. So if you guys want to just grab it, you can, and have it like in front of you as we walk through. It's pretty self-explanatory, but there are a couple of key parts that we're going to want to touch on so that you are completely protected. And the other thing too is make sure you have your attorney review it. We love having like the one-page documents. I'm not sure if you guys have been following it out. We got the one-page lease option agreement, the one-page subject to agreement, the one-page assignment contract. We have a two-page purchase agreement. We want to try and get that sucker down to one. Maybe if we shrunk the font, we could do that. But
I think it's minimum. I think it's as minimal as it can get.
It is. It's pretty short as it is. It's probably about 1.5 pages. But go ahead, Mike. Why don't you talk about like this part right here that I have pulled up?
Yeah. So, I mean, assignment of contract right there. Basically, what he's got right here is the Word document. So when you are filling one of these out, it's a good idea to type it up. So that's why you can do this in this Word document. A lot of the times, I have it as a PDF. So I'll upload it into DocuSign and then just add in the merge fields right then and there. But that's the first thing you should always do when it comes to a contract, is type up as much of the fields as you possibly can. And then the signature would probably be the only thing, and writing a date that you would actually use writing them in. But right at the top, subject property. So when it comes to the assignment of contract, you have a purchase and sales agreement in place. And what you're going to do is you're going to assign your rights to purchase that property to someone else. So when we got our property under contract from seller A, and then we have like our VIP buyers that, buy a majority of our stuff, I already have the person in mind who I'm going to sell this to. He wants to buy my right to buy the house. And so what I do is I assign it to my contract to him via this. So when I send it to him, he signs the assignment contract, and he also views the purchase and sales agreement so we can see the contract that, is being assigned to him. Top of it, obviously, it's still going to have a lot of information that he's going to need, like the subject property, the address of the property that you're working at or that you're working on, the legal description, which, I know that's sometimes complicated. Sometimes it's really long, sometimes it's not, but generally that can be found through going to the county website and taking a look at the property record. Most of the times, 9 times out of 10, the legal description will be on there. So you just copy and paste it right there under this document. Just make sure that you change the font and you change it back to the way your regular font, because it might be some, bold or some, don't change the capitals, but it might be some bold or some, big font that makes the contract look a little crazy. And there's a button in Microsoft Word and Google Documents, that little T with the slash through it, that undoes those kinds of formats. Once you get to below that property information, Jason, and stop me if I'm going too fast.
Yeah. The other thing too is, if you guys have any questions as we're going through this, just now I will scroll down to the second half here. Now, one of the key things, Mike, that I just want to bring up here, this is something that our attorney wanted us to make sure that we have in here. This subsection A of section 3. This is really important. We'll read that for you guys. But you got to understand, you've got to have non-refundable deposits. And I put that in bold. Non-refundable deposits for your end buyers, because you don't want them to flake out. And the other thing too, Mike, that we should encourage and recommend that folks understand, especially as we're going through this, you want to make sure that you're giving a sizable deposit. So from your end buyers. So if the individual, maybe the subject price that we're doing is $50,000, I would want to get anywhere between $2,000 and $3,000 from that individual down. So good rule of thumb is anywhere between 3% and 10%. It just really depends on the property. So go ahead with the rest then, Mike. I just want to make sure we brought that up.
Yeah, no, thanks. And yeah, make sure if you have questions or comments, put them in there. I know we don't have a lot of time today, so just, we're trying to fire through it and make sure you guys can do this right. Jay, you want to scroll up a little bit? And the reason we like the assignment contract is because it's really clean and simple. Once we get the property under contract, we can just then take this single page document and assign it over to whoever we're going to do it to. Now, just above where we're looking at right here, is where you'd put your information and the person you're going to sign the property to, and then the property address again. It's making it very clear, who the assignee is, who the assignor is, and then the subject property, the address of the property, and then your name. And here's what you're saying. You're going to tell them, hey, I've entered, I'm the buyer. I've entered into a purchase and sales agreement with where you're going to put your seller's name. So right here where he's got that seller's name towards the top, whoever I'm buying the property from, that's where their name's going to go, because that's what it's saying. I've entered into a purchase and sales agreement with this person. For the purpose, and then it starts going into like, what is the purchase and sales agreement that I entered into? For the purpose of the subject property. So I'm saying, hey, you, my buyer, the person I'm assigning this contract to, is going to pay me 15, 20,000, whatever I want to put as a fee for me giving you my purchase rights to this guy's property above, to the above's property. The closing of this date is going to be, just like a purchase and sales agreement, the closing is going to take up on or before this date. And as soon as this contract is signed, I'm going to get, like Jason said, a non-refundable deposit of X amount of dollars, 3% of the agreed price. And it's going to go to, or made payable to X, whatever title company that you're using, and held in escrow by that title company, who will handle the work for the closing. Okay. And that's just saying like, hey, that money, like I'm going to secure, like you want to get my rights. I have this incredible deal. Well, this is kind of like that. Not only does it help as far as, making sure that your buyer's locked in, but now it gives them more of an incentive to move a little quicker, because now they've got money on the line. Now that's not this back and forth like, oh, I need a few more days. Hey, you know what? I know sounds like you need a few more days. I understand that, but if you get past this date, it depends on what your relationship would be, but I'd be like, hey, it's there in the contract. Like I have to move this property. I need to sell it to somebody else. And that's it. Then the disclosures that go into there. Now below there, on line 6, there's some additional terms and conditions. Now, this might be something that, hey, buyer needs to pay closing costs. Now that's also going to be in the purchase and sales agreement, or maybe it's not, but it needs to be added in there. This is where you can add some sort of addendum like there. Jason, that's pretty much the only thing I've ever added in there. Is there anything additional you put in the additional terms? It's usually just closing costs for me.
Yeah, no, that's the key information right there. The other thing that I wanted to mention and show you guys here, again, this contract is right below this video. So if you need it, go ahead and start using it. One of the things I'm going to do is stop the screen share and show you guys a tool that we use. And this is DocuSign. We've talked about different portals that you can use. But we like DocuSign. HelloSign is also pretty similar to this one, but you could take your document right here. Now you're going to need to take out the things that we have automatically in there for you, like, hey, this is where this goes, this is where that goes. Then just
breaking up a little bit.
Put it on here. Okay. Am I back?
Now you're back.
Okay. So you come over here and make a template if you wanted to, and you could have your assignment of contract on there. Now, the great thing with that, let me stop doing the screen share. The great thing with that is once you have that set up, you could have the app on your phone, and you never have to go to your office or anything. Everything could be completely done on your mobile. You could enter in the address from DocuSign or HelloSign, whichever one you want to use, and then you're essentially good to go from a mobile standpoint, and you never have to do any of this from a virtual standpoint. So the key things is just having that language in there to where it's a non-refundable deposit that your end buyer has to give to you. Sometimes it'll go to your title company. That's what we prefer. Closing. Huh?
No, I was saying it sounded like you were trying to say prefer. It broke up while you were saying prefer.
Oh, okay.
No, that's a good one. Yeah, DocuSign, and I think Jason, what we're using in the CRM, FreedomSoft, that has the ability to do the same thing with the merge fields, and I think you can add your signature in there as well. So you can fire it off to whomever you're trying to have it signed. So if it's your seller or your buyer, because we have your buyers list uploaded in FreedomSoft. Two great services. Everything's done digitally, and you just put those merge fields in there, so you don't have to consistently be filling it over and over and over again. It's like, I'm sending this to such and such. I'm sending this to such and such. Fire the email, and it's automatic.
Yep.
But they're really, and it's a single page document, so it's really designed to be simple. So when we do send it to like a couple of the guys that we send the properties, I know one of them in particular, I'm not going to name drop, but one of them in particular is really analytical about things, really like line by line on everything. So when we make the contracts really simple for him, he appreciates it.
Oh yeah, for sure. The cool thing is you could send that document right as you're on the phone with them. So if you're out in the field or maybe you're on vacation, whatever it might be, you could send that document using DocuSign while you've got the person on the phone. And if they want you to go over it with them, you can. But the great thing is you could get them to sign it right then and there while you have them on the phone. That's key, in my opinion, is you want to always be able to get stuff done while you've got somebody, hot and ready to get things moving. Because once maybe you get off the phone with them, it might fizzle a little bit, but typically it doesn't for us, especially when you have a great deal, especially in today's market. It goes like that.
Yeah. Yeah. But it is nice on the phone. Hey, did you get that? I just sent it to your inbox. Oh, cool. Yeah, go ahead and open. I just want to make sure you got that and it works for you. Yeah. Yeah. If you click that yellow button there, it'll be good to go. Okay, cool. Yeah, I just got it back. Thanks. Yeah, I'll follow up with you and we'll get this done.
Yep, absolutely. So that's what we wanted to go over today, how to fill out an assignment of contract for your real estate wholesaling business. We just wanted to make sure that you knew it, and the document is right below, and we put the spots to what you need to fill it out as, so that you know those steps. Because when I was first getting started, I didn't know what a signee and a signor was. Just didn't know those things. So now it's all set up for you. You know exactly what to put in there. Do you need to put like the actual the information about that particular property, which is a lot of people get confused on, do I need the full legal description in there? It's not necessary all the time. If you could find that information, you could typically go on Zillow and find that information, but it's good to go from that standpoint.
Kind of just going to be who you're signing it to, really. If the guy you're signing it to or the gal you're signing it to cares, like, oh, where's the legal description? Which I can't imagine too many people like, no, there's no legal description, no deal. The address ain't gonna work for me.
Right. I hear you. If you guys have any questions at all, too, Mike and I have a few more minutes, and we could answer some questions too. I just want to remind you as well, if you're not already a subscriber, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the little notification bell as well, so that your phone will get notified whenever we have new videos that roll up. Typically, we're doing 2 to 3 videos every single week. Monday, Wednesday, Friday is our normal schedule, and you'll get notified of whenever we are either going live or if we're uploading a brand new video for you. We've been getting some great feedback from our subscribers on the information that we've been sharing over the past 2.5 months. So I appreciate the feedback. Before that, we were sharing maybe one video maybe every other week at most, and we just decided to ramp it up here because during this whole COVID thing, we wanted to make sure we were giving out as much help as possible, and then we just kept it rolling from there. It's something Mike and I really wanted to pursue. So if anybody has any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer them. And yes, just in case you do not know, this is being recorded, so you can watch it at a later date. I would highly recommend that you use those tools that we recommended with being able to speed up this part. So you could go like 1.5 to 2 times the speed, and then you'll be good to go. Mike, anything from your end though before we start wrapping things up?
Do you really listen at 2 times the speed? I haven't tried that.
Yeah, it's really not that big of a difference. I personally, like, from a comfort level, without my mind racing too much, I like the 1.75 speed.
That's what I'm thinking, Matt, too. The 1.75. Hey, thanks, Ken. Appreciate it, man.
I'm not seeing any of the comments.
Oh, it popped up. Ken said another wonderful job. Thanks. Hey, you're welcome, man. I don't know why you don't see that yet.
No.
Oh, well, it'll pop up here in a moment, I'm sure. But yeah, appreciate
that storm that just rolled through is Must have knocked my internet a little down.
Is that the one I'm seeing? That's good. I think it missed me.
Yeah, we're not that far away from each
But
other.
I'm looking at the clouds, but I didn't get anything bad. I saw it. It got really dark, but
Well, yeah, it was a little bit ago. But if you guys have any additional questions after the video is done, or you could always put your comments below. Make sure you give us a big thumbs up if you like this video. You could email Michael at jasonluchese.com if you have any additional questions at all. If you have questions about the 2-day blueprint or the tax delinquent blueprint, or if there's anything that we could help you with for your business, we'll be more than happy to help that. So just make sure you become a subscriber. If you're not already a subscriber, we'd love to have you. Make sure you give us a thumbs up. Would absolutely love that from you. And if you have any questions at all, make sure you drop a comment below. Any documents that you need, we can always share those with you. But if we don't know what type of documents you guys need, we have no idea. So here he finally came up. So Ken, thank you so much, buddy. So yeah, if you guys have anything, let us know. I know Mike's got to be hopping on a call here soon. I've got to be hopping into some more stuff as well. So we just wanted to create this video for you and get it out to you as soon as possible. So enjoy all the documents that are in the description section below. And we will talk to you guys on our, I believe, today is Monday. So we'll talk to you guys on Wednesday. Take care. Bye now.